Hi everyone, TWEE Meredith here with the Model Homesteader. Today we are heading to Rockwood, Tennessee to check out a 19-acre property. I don't know very much about it, so it'll be a surprise to all of us when we get there. Are you ready to go, Baxter? Huh? He's a little hot and he's a little tired. Yeah. Look at, there's Daddy over there. Can you say hi?
Say hi to all your fans.
Say hi, fans.
Hi, Choo-choo.
Let's get going. Baxter, keep eating those sticks. Baxter and I have made it up to Rockwood, Tennessee. The property we're looking at today, like I said earlier, is 19 acres. The asking price is $138,000, I think.
Actual retail price.
$138,900.
Yeah!
Okay, $138,900. Good to know. That's always important. We don't want a potential buyer coming back and going, well, they said. So, $138,900. The drive up to here was actually not bad at all. It was highway most of the way, and then once we got off the highway, it was paved road all the way until we got to this road, which is your access road to the property. This one is also graveled, and it wasn't in bad condition either. So we were able to get our little car up here without any problems. To me, that's a really good gravel road. We're going to head that way on the property and start taking a look at it. I don't know, I think I mentioned before we weren't sure what the property was like. It's very wooded so far from what we can tell. So, and my dog, who is teething, is eating rocks. I don't know why he likes it so much, but it kills my ears. Baxter, stop! Give me that rock. Okay, ready? Let's go. No more eating rocks for the second. Okay, you can take a stick. Sticks are fine. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, it's better than I thought it would be.
It really is nice. Because even though it's a warm day, it's still a dry day, and in the shaded area like this, it doesn't feel bad at all.
No, I was worried it was going to be muggy.
Lots of ferns in this area.
Let me do a little pan. On
Yeah.
the map, you want to tell them how the map appeared to be really hilly and this one?
So yeah, on the map it did appear to be really hilly. It also is near I-40, but I got to tell you, at this point, I don't hear a thing.
Yeah.
It is extremely quiet except for chirping little birds. So that is a real nice plus.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get to some hills, but so far this is really good.
Right. This is buildable so easily.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
You're going to have to tear down a ton of trees though.
Yes, definitely have some work cut out for you. I think we discussed that in a previous video, but you can rent a skid steer for about, I think it was $2,400 a month, not including gas, and do it yourself. Which is really probably the best way to go without it being too expensive. Now, yeah, it is going to take some time. It is labor intensive, but you're going to save yourself a boatload of money.
Right. With all these size trees right here, a skid steer can take care of that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the bigger ones. But, you know, you're going to want to try to keep as many of the bigger ones anyway. And you only need to, at least to start out with, clear out where you want your home.
Right, your home, your road. So, I mean, that's the way to start. And we barely got into the property, and what do you think? This is a nice place.
It's very pretty.
Very pretty.
Yeah. Ferns going crazy, which actually I prefer much more over the wild blueberry bushes that we've seen on some properties, because they are maybe it's blackberry, but they are thorny and painful. Look at this interesting tree.
Oh, this bowed one?
Yeah, look at how completely bowed over.
Yeah, how strange.
And it's still alive because it has leaves. Okay. Baxter, now Daddy wants you to jump over this to practice for your doggy Olympics. And no. Nope. So much for jumping over. Fail.
This almost looks like a road, doesn't it?
Someone obviously has driven on here before. Now, should we veer to the left at all? some really nice sized trees on here. Really big. There's one directly behind you, Peter, and then there's a few more just right there, kind of near the front, in front of you. With some of these these trees being so big, one of the things that you might also be able to benefit from this property is to have a logger come out and take a look at your wood. Because if you decide in any area you want to cut trees down, which in this one you would, you could have them mark the ones that they would be interested in, and if they're in the area that you want to cut down, they'll haul them away and pay you for them. So that's another way for you to get a little bit of money back on your property. This would be a really nice spot for a homestead. You're not too far away from the road. I said homestead again. Why do I do that? A nice spot for a home site, a house, a home. It is not too far from the road, but you are really secluded.
Yep. Or this could be where you put a barn.
It's true.
On, or anything, because people see this and they get overwhelmed by the trees. They don't realize.
They don't, but so far what I'm seeing is this is such a gentle slope so far on what we're seeing. I mean, there is a lot of potential for this area right now that I can see. What's he eating now, huh?
Acorns.
Oh yes, he also likes acorns.
Yep. Rocks,
acorns, sticks. Let's get moving there, little one. All right. Let's see where this takes us. So one of the things I wanted to mention for this property is there is electricity at the road that you saw us at the beginning. There is not water or septic, or sewer, I should say. So with that, you're going to need to get a well, and you're also going to need to get a septic. Both soil and perk tests have not been done, and that is very necessary for anyone wanting to buy land and do anything like that. The soil really helps you, the soil test really helps you with determining what the ground under here is like. And that will help you out with building. It'll help you with farming. It will, where good places may be for building a garden, growing a garden. I can't seem to talk today, but you get the idea. And then the perk test is what you need to do in order to get a septic tank. And that is really important because you need somewhere to put your black waste. We're going to keep heading this way.
This might be a little stream.
Yeah, it's definitely going downward a little bit, so I want to see if there's a stream or a possibility of a stream down here. Come on, Baxter.
I had a tick on me, but he actually got off me.
Hopefully it's because of the spray.
I think it was. He was like, ooh, and he kind of crawled right off.
All right, well this is neat. There is actual water in it. The rainy season, to be honest, I'm surprised hasn't started, but we haven't gotten a lot of rain so far this spring, which being new to Tennessee, I can't say if that is normal. It seems like it's a little on the low side regarding how much rain we've gotten, but this is a very clear, really nice creek that fills up and is a nice runoff on the property.
Yeah. It looks like it's spring fed right here or maybe up here, because this is dry, but that's running.
Mm-hmm.
So
could be.
It's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, there might be a spring right over here.
Yeah.
For sure.
And once again, another spot to build that wouldn't be bad at all.
Oh yeah, if you want to be near something like this.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. All right. Take two. I had somebody write into me and ask about getting more information on basically how you start a homestead. And there is a lot of to-dos on a checklist to start a homestead, that is for sure. And most people who are interested definitely don't have a clue. And I know Peter and we're still learning a lot about it ourselves, but there are definitely some things that you want to start with when looking for a homestead. First of all, I would always suggest do the research on the state that you want to live in. I think that is your first and foremost, most important thing you should do. Find out more about that state and what they offer, and if it's more along the lines of what you want, not just for your homestead, but for raising your family and voting reasons, tax reasons, etc., crime, all of that's really important. After that, once you pick out the state, I would say your next important step would be to find the area in that state that you are interested in, and that's where you do more further research in finding out things, especially if you have kids. I mean, just because you have a great state to live in doesn't mean the schools are going to be the same in the different counties. Actually, it's just the opposite. You can have, you know, one county be really, really well known for their schools and another one adjacent to that be horrible. So definitely do your research with all of that kind of stuff. So the next thing I would do before you even start to look for land would be to sit down, if you have a significant other, together and start making a list. Make a list of everything that you want to see on that property, whether it is woods, whether it is pasture land, whether you want a creek, a pond, a stream, a waterfall, you know, all those things are really important for you to have written down so that you have an idea of what it is you're looking for. That will help you work with your land listing agent, your realtor, because what you will find a lot of times is what is listed that you find either on Craigslist or on, what are those two sites, babe? Zillow, and yeah, those type of sites, is that they don't give you a lot of information, or they may not give you accurate information. So the next thing you want to do with that list that you are building is create your list of what you see your homestead to look like. And this takes some careful thinking, because you really want to take into consideration, do you want pigs? Do you want chickens? Do you want cows? Do you not want any animals, but you want to do gardens and orchards, or you want a little bit of both? I think it's really important for you to make that list of the things that you think that you would like to see happen on your property, even if it's not right away, but over time. After you've done that list, I would say the next thing to do is to check out what it entails for each different thing. So when you are very, very brand new at homesteading, you have no idea how long you keep cows on your property. Well, cows are year-round. They are 24/7. So you think it's great to have cows, have milk, and have the meat from them, but are you the type of homesteader that is going to be available to basically stay on your property and never leave, or have someone come and care for your property if you go away? So if that's the case and you plan on traveling and you really don't want to do that, then cows are definitely not for you. But there are other animals such as sheep, chickens. You can have meat chickens on your property. They are usually on your property for only about 3-4 months, and then you send them to butcher. Sheep, it's the same way. They might be a little bit longer. Pigs are also, I think, maybe about 4 or 5 months, maybe.
Chickens are about 10 weeks.
Chickens are about 10 weeks?
Yeah, and then...
Okay, so that's about 3 months.
Yep.
Those are types of animals that you could get meat to provide for your family, but not have it ongoing. And then if you have a really good season with them, you maybe do it again. But it's a good way for you to start out. So those are the things that's really important for you to do some research on before you search for your property. So your next step would be to look for a buyer's agent. If you have anyone that is recommended to you, I would suggest going that route first, just because you might do better off that way. After you found your buyer's agent and you have your list of what you are looking for, and you start looking at properties, any of the properties that you look at, there's something that is very important for you to do with any of them that you're interested in. And you want to do this before you are under contract with them, my opinion. And that is to check with the county that each of the properties are in about any rules and regulations, any restrictions. So you have your list of the things that you want to do on your property, but it doesn't mean it can be allowed. So the property we are on right now today, for instance, has no restrictions. It is, I think it's agriculture, I think it's listed as, which means basically you can do whatever you want on this property. With that said, you need to double check that information. So if you wanted to look at this property and I tell you that it's agriculture and you can do anything, it doesn't mean it's necessarily accurate. So if you want this property, you need to go to the county that this one is in and ask for the records, ask for any information on this property from the current owners and from the county of anything that has been put on this property of do's and don'ts. Because you do not want to get yourself into a contract and then find out you can't raise pigs on it. And that's what you want to do. Or you can't do chickens, or you can't have an orchard, whatever it is. You want to build yourself a beautiful pond. I don't know if this property is for that because I'm not seeing too much water, but that's the whole point, is make sure that you go to the county and check that out.
Good.
Oh, these spider webs. What the hell is that? Baxter? What is that?
Quick, do a sign off so we can run up.
Okay, let's get out of here. Ah.
Hair flip time.
Hair flip time, hair flip time. Hey, Baxter. Baxter. There you go. Now, I think that was a very nice walk. I really like this property. It is much, much better than I had anticipated. Never heard the highway. Maybe in parts further on, if we had gone much, much deeper, it might have been, you might have heard it, but that's a moose.
Elk, maybe.
Elk, I mean, they don't have moose here. No, do they have elk here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was really cool sounding.
Yeah.
Now that I know it's an animal. Anyway, what was I saying?
It was much better than you thought.
Yes, it actually was a very pretty hike around, and most of the property that we saw was just great. Very, very good property as long as the soil test comes back good, with just a lot of potential. So we are happy to see that. If you liked what you saw today and you are interested in taking a look at the property yourself, please comment below and we will hook you up with the listing agent. If you enjoyed this video today, please do us a favor and like that. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Let's try again. Baxter, hold on, kid, hold on. Okay. Sounds like a car is coming, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. If you like this video today, please do us a favor and hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, comment below anything that you'd like to say about the video or any questions that you may have, and then of course ring that bell, which is right next to the subscribe button once you have hit the subscribe. if you'd please do that, we'd really appreciate it. It really helps us with our channel and to make it successful and grow. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you on the next video. Baxter, say goodbye!
What about Baxter's channel?
What?
What about Baxter's channel?
Oh, yes. Actually, before we leave, just I want to plug in Baxter's channel. It's actually the same channel here, so it's just a separate playlist. Baxter has so many fans already because he's so frickin' adorable that we have started his own little playlist on this channel. If you enjoy seeing him and would like to see more of him, please take a look at those videos that are on here as well. I think Peter will make sure one of them pops up here at the end so that you can take a look at it and watch this cutie pie.
Okay. Ooh, look how handsome he is.
Oh, yes.
Look how handsome he is. He sees something he can take. Maybe a chipmunk.
Or a bug.
Or a bug. That's about it.
Yeah, he loves the bugs. Me, not so much. All right, bye.
Bye. All right, quick.
Ah!
Baxter, save her.
Save me! Save me, Baxter! Save me! Oh my God!
Don't the cameraman hasn't moved.
The cameraman is going to die. The book is The Sacrificial Daughter. This is a prime example of the different types of genre that Peter writes, because I would consider this one very much a drama/thriller. Jessie Clark has just moved with her dad to a rural town called Ashton, Michigan. Her father has been hired as the new town manager and hopes to save the crumbling town from its overspending and its crushing taxes. Now, he's pretty much untouchable in his high political position. However, Jessie isn't. Knowing who her father is, she is hated in her school and around town. With all the spending cuts that also includes the loss of many jobs, she is basically the innocent target of their rage. Now, if that wasn't enough to make a teenager's life a living hell, add to the fact that unbeknownst to her and her dad, they end up moving next door to an unconvicted serial killer who has now decided that Jessie is going to be his next targeted victim. With 41 novels, Peter Meredith's books are all available on paperback and Kindle, and 38 of them are also available on Audible. Please check out the link here, or links, I should say, as well as down below in the description for how to purchase his books and also how to follow him. Happy reading.